Soda exploded over her chest, dripping onto the tiles as the office froze in horror. The manager leaned in, smirking at the black woman he'd just drenched. "Now everyone sees what you really are. Unfit, unprofessional, nothing," he spat. Not a single hand moved to help. Staff looked away, whispers crawling across the room like poison. Humiliation hung heavy in the air, but the man grinning in triumph had no idea. The woman he just tried to destroy was carrying the one truth that would erase his career forever. Soda splashed across her tailored suit, ice scattering over the tiles. The office went silent. Every pair of eyes darted between the black woman standing frozen and the manager still clutching the empty cup, his smirk curling into something cruel. "Now everyone sees what you really are. Unfit, unprofessional, nothing," Damon Harlan sneered, his voice cutting through the silence like broken glass. Chairs creaked as employees shifted uncomfortably, but no one spoke. Amara Thompson slowly dabbed her blouse with a napkin, her calm rattling Damon more than any outburst could. "That was unnecessary," she said evenly, her eyes locked on his. Damon stepped closer, towering over her. "What's unnecessary is people like you thinking you belong here. Consider this your warning." He leaned in, lowering his voice just enough that only a few nearby staff could hear. "Keep pushing, and I'll bury you." Gasps rippled through the office. No one dared move. Amara straightened her shoulders and quietly picked up the soaked papers from the floor. She said nothing more, but her silence carried a weight Damon didn't understand. Later that afternoon, he summoned her into the conference room. The blinds were half drawn, but whispers from outside carried. He tossed a folder across the table. "Your performance has been sloppy. Complaints piling up. Honestly, you're lucky I don't fire you right here." Amara flipped through the file. Fabricated reports, twisted comments taken out of context, entirely manufactured evidence. Her calm never faltered. "Anything you want to say for yourself?" Damon asked smugly. She closed the file, her voice steady. "Yes, I've seen enough." The door opened before Damon could respond. A tall man in a navy suit entered, broad-shouldered, confident, every eye outside snapping to attention as he walked in. Adrian Thompson, the CEO of the company. Conversations in the office stilled instantly. Employees pressed closer to the glass walls, their curiosity pulling them forward like gravity. "Adrian," Damon stammered, his arrogance cracking. "I wasn't expecting you until next week." Adrian didn't answer him. His eyes went straight to Amara. "Are you all right?" The question stunned the room. Whispers spread. How did the CEO know this woman by name? Damon forced a laugh. "She's fine. Just another disciplinary issue." "Nothing you need to worry about." Adrian's gaze hardened. "Really? Because what I saw from the security footage earlier tells a different story." The room froze. Damon's face drained of color. Amara stood calm as stone. "Would you like to explain, Damon, or should I?" "What's she talking about?" Damon demanded, panic rising. Adrian placed a sleek folder on the table, identical to Damon's fabricated file, but this one was filled with hard evidence, high-definition footage. Audio recordings, written statements, Damon's pattern of harassment laid bare in black and white. "This is my wife," Adrian said firmly, his voice carrying through the glass. Gasps erupted outside. "For 93 days, she has been undercover in this branch, gathering evidence on toxic leadership and systemic harassment. And Damon Harlan," he turned, his eyes sharp as knives, "every complaint leads back to you." The office exploded in whispers. Employees who had suffered in silence suddenly understood. Their fear had been documented, their pain validated. Damon stumbled back. This is a setup. You can't." Amara opened her leather bag, sliding out a USB drive. 93 days of recordings. Every insult, every false report, every dollar misused. Total damages, $1.2 million. Adrian didn't flinch. "Effective immediately, you are terminated." Your name, your record, your actions, everything will be turned over to the board and the authorities. The guards who once stood ready to drag Amara out now moved toward Damon. He backed away, eyes darting wildly, his arrogance dissolving into desperation. "Please, you don't understand, But his pleas fell flat. Adrian stepped forward, his voice sharp as thunder. "What I understand is that you thought humiliation was power. What you failed to see is that dignity outlasts arrogance. And today, everyone in this office will remember that." The staff erupted in applause, some with tears in their eyes. Phones finally rose, capturing the moment the manager who had terrorized them was escorted out in disgrace. By the end of the day, #Operation Reset trended nationwide. News outlets replayed the footage of soda pouring down Amara's blouse, juxtaposed with Damon's stunned face as the truth was revealed. Within weeks, TechFlow announced sweeping reforms. Anonymous reporting systems were launched. Mandatory leadership training was instituted. A $2.3 million budget was dedicated to building a workplace rooted in dignity. 90 days later, the results were undeniable. Employee satisfaction soared. Productivity broke records. Harassment complaints dropped to zero. The same branch that once embodied fear now stood as a national model of change. Damon Harlan, stripped of authority and reputation, faded into obscurity. His name became a cautionary tale in corporate seminars. The man who poured soda on the wrong woman. As for Amara and Adrian, they stood together before the press months later. Adrian spoke first, his words measured and firm. "We will not let arrogance define this company. Dignity is our foundation now." And Amara added, her voice resonant, "Respect is not optional. Not in this office, not anywhere." The cameras clicked, the room filled with applause, and a movement was born. If this story shook you, like and share it. Comment where you're watching from. And subscribe with the notification bell on, because together we make arrogance fall and dignity rise.